Check 1, 2, you live with the Prodigy. Let's open the show. Welcome to the Jerk Grill. What is up, everybody? You're live with the Prodigy, and we're here with another interesting, controversial episode of the Jerk Grill. And we got some shit to discuss. The body shaming of Lizzo, the R. Kelly trial, and general cancel culture. 1 second, y'all. Yes, so we got a lot to discuss here. As I said, R. Kelly's trial. Holy shit, they won't leave this man alone. Excuse me. They won't leave this man alone. They will not leave this man alone. Sorry, I had to answer. Take this real quick. Let me actually turn it off and put it on mute. They will not leave this man alone for anything he's done. And we're going to get into that. We're going to read the official articles. Apparently, the trial's not happening in Chicago, something along those lines. We're going to read into it. What people got to understand is when they're here to cancel you, they're out for blood. Ask Aries Spears. Ask everybody that's been canceled. Ask Kevin Hart. Ask D.L. Hughley. Ask all these people that have been canceled, and they will tell you it sucks. If you're an artist, you can't really speak out. Well, you got a decision to make. You got to ask yourself, do I want to make money? Do I want to be famous? Or do I want to make money slowly at my own pace? It's going to take longer, but I'm going to have freedom. That's called independence. That's called having a YouTube channel or getting an organic following like the Paul brothers did. Or like any mixtape rapper you could think of that got successful. That's kind of the lines you got to ask yourself, how far are you willing to go in a situation like that? That's the question. How bad do you want to be successful? It's going to take a fat sacrifice. It's going to take grind. You got to be willing to be the bad guy more times than not. I know it. I'm willing to do it. Unless it's a gaming VPN or something, I honestly don't want any backing from a major corporation because I know they silence your voice. They silence your voice when you try to stand up, say anything, stand your ground, hold your ground, however you want to see it. However you want to say it, however you want to see it, you'll get canceled. And we're in a hypersensitive time where everybody's upset, everybody's up in arms about everything. So you have to be willing to ask yourself how bad you want to be famous, or if you want to be famous or and liked, or if you want to be successful and sovereign and independent. It's whatever you do, no matter if you're a podcaster, a comedian, a writer, an entertainer, a political pundit, or just any type of politician. It's a matter of what you want to do. And we're going to discuss all that and plenty more. But let's play this song. Shout out to the guy that made this on YouTube. Everybody Plays the Fool remix is going to open up for us. Y'all know I love great song trap beats. This is the guy's name, Kryptonite Music. Shout out to Kryptonite Music. And we're going to play this while I tag this up. Not going to be a long show at all, especially if I'm the only panelist on here. Sometimes the Jerk Wheel is movie clips and stuff like that. But today will be a lot of talking and reading articles, and we might play a couple funny clips. But yeah, I try to keep it original, try to keep it unique, so y'all can't predict or guess what I'm trying to do. So, but it's always gonna be interesting no matter what we do. The Jerk Grill started off as a me and my friends, and it's our initials T, J, R. Mine's T. Another friends is J, which is Jason. R was a guy named Raph. We no longer talk to like that, but the Jerk Grill was created for us, and it was our initials, and it ironically came out to Jerk Grill. So we were trying to think of something where we could laugh at movies, kind of like Hollywood Shuffle, or Mad TV skits, or basically when people don't take anything in pop culture or political seriously, and they make jokes or satirize it. That's essentially what the idea behind the Jerk Reel was. So yeah, let's get to it right now. Welcome to the show, everybody. Air horns. That's me doing air horns. Welcome to the show. Everybody Plays the Fool. And man, we got some shit to talk about. We might step on some toes. We might upset people, but it's time to talk about some stuff. Yes, indeed, y'all. It's fall in love is definitely a easy thing to do, but a lot of these people out in these streets don't have love for people, and it's called cancel culture. It's a time we live in. It's a double standard where you can make jokes about men's body, but you can't make jokes about women's body. And a comedian, very hilarious, David Lucas, touched up on this. I'll see if I can find a clip about the double standard and the media, how people look at things, or how people, uh, I should say women, how women uh, pick and choose their battles, or pick and choose what they want to get upset at and for what reason. For example, a woman can put her naked body out there and then she'll be saying, oh, well, I put it up there for me. A man don't tell me what to do with my body. But at the same time, when you post something, people have the right to comment on it. And if you weren't trying to sell yourself or sell your body, why would OnlyFans and Instagram Live and all these things be as popular as they are right now? That's what we have to ask ourselves. But hypocrisy is hilarious sometimes, to say the least. But nonetheless, Aries Spears got in a lot of trouble for comments he made about Lizzo, and Twitter is up in arms. So we're gonna put some of these tweets up on the screen right now. Actually, let me hide this for a minute and put myself up. And yeah, I got my light off in the green screen. That's why I look like that, y'all. But I wasn't planning on being on screen. But let's share this with Aries Spears and see what some of these people are talking about. Because I'm reading this for the first time. I saw the headline, but I was like, huh. Because I was trying to jerk reel today was 50-50. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do the jerk reel and take all these pop-ups off, because I don't want to get in trouble. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do jerk reel, but holy hell, after I read this, I had the perfect material I needed. So let's go to the transcript of what he said, basically. Um, and this is from Dialogues. This channel is called Dialogue something. I forget what's called a YouTube channel. Dialogue. The comedian Aries Spears has sounded off on Lizzo, and the masses have found approximately nothing funny about the distasteful remarks. Everybody's sensitive now. Appearing on the Art of Dialogue, the show that he was on, the performer was quizzed about about damn time chart topper. The tirade that followed left many's jaw ajar. If you know Aries Spears, you will not be surprised about this. This is his type of humor, and it's one of those things either you like or you don't. And this fucking page got so many pop-ups. I hate it. I need to enable a pop-up blocker. Spears ranted, I can't get over the fact that she looks like the shit emoji. And this is a late night, so we can cuss. She's a very beautiful girl in the face. She's got a very pretty face, he says, but she keeps showing her body off. Come on, man. I ain't the most in shape N word, but when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome. You get the P word, vagina. But a woman that's built like a plate of mashed potatoes is in trouble. She's dope. Her music is hard, but her body ain't. And the person says, quote, she shockingly continued. You know what? He says, you know what kills me about women? The hypocrisy and the contradiction. Yes, queen, slay queen, F diabetes, F heart problems, F heart disease, cholesterol. Y'all claim womanhood and are about sisterhood, but if you really love your sister and you go black, girl, we love you and your confidence, but this ain't it. I think he made pretty good points about that, because, yeah, women got the right to think they're beautiful if they're plus size and all that. And I know a lot of people don't like plus size women. I don't mind. It's all about how you look, but and smell and how you take care of yourself and your general attitude. I don't care how good looking you are, how your body look. If you got a bad attitude, that's a no no. If you don't take care of yourself, that's a no no. If you're not conscientious, that's a no no. So it's not just about look. However, these are things that people can expect from a guy like Aries Spears. You just got to be willing to expect something like this from him, because that's just his style of comedy. Let's put this back up. I didn't want those ads just sitting all over the place like that. It distracted you. But let's get back to it. So some people that said, and I'm pretty sure if I click on a lot of these people profile pictures, they probably SJWs. It's a good guess that they're SJWs. So the girl's name is Lovey is professional troublemaker. Of course, a person with a name like that is going to be a troll. Aries Spears coming for Lizzo looks when he looks like a literal representation of God don't like ugly. First of all, you just confused fuck. Let me read that again. Coming from Lizzo for Lizzo looks when like he looks. I guess they said looks like when he looks like the literal God don't like ugly. That's what they was trying to say. If you're going to insult somebody, please type a coherent sentence. I'm appalled and flabbergasted. I'm surprised you knew that word flabbergasted by the audacity. Sir, you look like the work of God on a lazy Sabbath. Take a nap and shut the fuck up, is what she said. Now, somebody else said this lesbian dance theory. Of course, the lesbians go get involved on this and yay, sister, and all of that, but y'all barely support women's right when something matters. Do y'all support them when they get shot and killed by the cops? That's a good question. Hell yeah, Cobra Kai season 5 is trending. I think it starts in a couple weeks. I cannot wait. Anyway, that's on sad tangent. This lady Lance, lesbian dance theory says, we're not going to sit here and act like Aries Spears would ever have a chance at getting or taking out Lizzo. Trash. Like, let's not lie, as she says now. Main one's talking about how delusional we are. And I'm guessing it's Lizzo right here, maybe? Yeah, I think that's Lizzo. Who else? Thotty Grifter. Hilarious name, but well, you got thought in your name is trying to defend a woman. Come on now. Aries Spears has way, way, way too much confidence. Like, remove Lizzo from the equation. And where you weren't funny enough to be attractive even before your face turned black. Oh shit, that's a dig. Nobody looks should be your punchline, you fucking hack. I'm exhausted. And of course, this happened on August 26th. This was a couple days ago. Somebody said, "Stop gentrifying John. We gotta stop being the bigger people. Aries Spears is unattractive in every imaginable way. Let these motherfuckers know how ugly, useless, and incompetent they are. All the time, twice on Saturday. Leave Lizzo the fuck alone. I'm pretty sure you got way more money than you." Let's see what else we got here. Lil Lizzy Redlocks. Of course, they're going to be, of course, super biased towards Lizzo with a name like that. The fact that Aries Spears would insult a black woman like that, the comparisons. When will we ever hold each other down? Hashtag Lizzo. Okay, it's not a black one. He makes jokes about everybody. Like, y'all got to stop using this race shit as like a ammo. Like, that's not even. Aries Spears is a comedian. Comedians is all hands on deck. Even that's something else Davis Lucas touched on. Pretty ironic considering he looks like shit himself and breathing like he got emphysema while just sitting down. Meanwhile, Lizzo is gorgeous and can dance nonstop for 2 hours without wheezing like she needs an oxygen tank all the time. Fuck out of here, Aries, is what she says. Man, he got a lot of heat. Now, this guy, Quantarius Demetrius Big Virgo. What a fucking name, dude. The Jordan L20 is his tag. It's entirely possible for Lizzo not to be your cup of tea and not have to shit on her when she literally has said nothing. These people need to take grammar classes. Aries Spears ain't need to do that. You could have found a better way to say not for me. Bro, he's a comedian. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's just a few. I'm sure there's a lot of other ones. This is my final verdict on this. People either learn how to take a joke or shut the fuck up, basically. You know what I mean? Like, y'all, like, go cry in y'all pillow or something like that. Because what y'all got to understand is a comedian has the right to be comics, for one. And for two, you have the option to not listen to them. You chose to say this fake virtue signaling and fake women power and human power is bullshit. Because if you saw that person dying and bleeding on the ground, you'll walk right past, even if it was Lizzo. And on top of that, how y'all know Lizzo even care to acknowledge who y'all are? A lot of these people defend her. Lizzo don't even know y'all. Like, people be having this mindset that I'm going to defend this person's like my death. But will the person even acknowledge you if they saw you in public? If they was at a concert and you bought front row tickets, would she wave at you? Now, maybe she's has. I don't know. I can't speak for Lizzo, but I would think of most of these people are not. And this is the big thing in the wrestling community. Sasha Banks fans are some of the most psychotic people ever. And she doesn't even like taking pictures close to her fans. Like, she got this arrogant, like, oh no, you too close to me. So y'all be about to die for these celebrities and they don't even acknowledge that y'all exist, or wouldn't acknowledge that y'all exist if they saw y'all in person. That's the thing I don't fucking understand. Let's move over to Mr. Robert Kelly. Yes, R. Kelly, you save me. You save me. I'm pretty sure he wished Jesus saved him right about now, but because this dude's in further trouble. Apparently more allegations has come out against him, and I think he didn't want to have his trial here in Chicago. I don't know if that's legal for one. It could be. Man, so much stuff changed in law. So it's a lot of gray areas, but I think the crime has to be tried where it is. I think it could be moved in certain situations, but I think most times the trial has to be held where the situation happened in. But I mean, he is R. Kelly, so he can get some shit changed. Anyway, Let's push forward. Let's put this article up. Welcome to the show, the people that's here, whoever that is. I'm not sure if y'all on. Matter of fact, I just check real quick to see what y'all on. Move. These people are two from YouTube, one from Twitter or Twitch. Welcome to the show, y'all. Happy September. Make sure you sub somebody on Twitch that you really appreciate. It's discounts, I think up to 30% off for a sub, which is really cheap considering subs start at like $3 or $4 a month. What's up, Victor? We just talking as always, discussing Lizzo, R. Kelly, and some other stuff. We just talked about Lizzo. People way too sensitive and against Aries Spears. Aries Spears is a fucking comedian. He's making jokes. Y'all can like it or not, but stop trying to cancel people comedy. Anyway, let's bring this down for just a second so y'all can see the article. There it is right there. So this is from Legal Affairs, Michael Tarm on R. Kelly. Singer R. Kelly told a federal judge Thursday that he won't testify at his ongoing trial in Chicago on the charges that accused him of child pornography, enticement of minors for sex, and fixing his 2008 state trial. The judge raised the issue. What the fuck? Hold on, let me step back for a minute. What is enticement of minors? That sounds crazy. Anyway, the judge raised the issue minutes before attorneys for Kelly and two co-defendants began calling their first witness, endeavoring to counter 2 weeks of government testimony, including including from 4 women who accused R. Kelly of sexual abuse, and also addressing the Grammy Award winning Directly Thursday, Judge Harry Lyon Weber, or however the fuck you say the name, asked if he had discussed with his lawyers whether to testify. Kelly, 55, responded he had. Asked if he would testify, Kelly said he would not. Co-defendant Daryl McDavid, a longtime Kelly business manager, is accused of helping Kelly rig the 2008 trial. Holy shit, R. Kelly, you in trouble. People got cameras. People are willing to speak out against this shit now. This ain't going to fly, and it shouldn't. McDavid said he will testify. Co-defendant Milton Brown is charged with receiving child pornography. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Like Kelly, he said he wouldn't testify. Taking a witness stand is always risky, including because it's subject a defendant to cross-examination, and they'll ask you questions and trap you up, basically. There's always a chance a defendant blurts out something incriminating under tough questioning. Yeah, especially if you got a good defense attorney. Lyon Weber on Thursday also denied a defense motion of acquittal, a common but rarely granted request for a judge to acquit before jurors get the case. Lyon Weber said prosecutor presented sufficient evidence to leave the question of guilt to jurors. McDavid legal team called the first defense witness Thursday. McDavid friend and former police officer Christopher G. Wilson. He testified that McDavid told him in 2001 that someone was trying to blackmail Kelly with threats. They might have just got something. Kelly's people, at least his side of the aisle. A New York federal judge sentenced R. Kelly in June to 30 years. And I think it's ironic that him and the Cosby thing happened around the same thing. Cosby in 2021 and R. Kelly 2022. Some of this stuff at times you got to ask, is this a coincidence? It sure as hell seems like it is sometimes. What's up, Fertile? And I'm sorry, Fatal, I was off screen, but I see you now. Where was I? Yeah, New York federal judge sentenced that R. Kelly in June. We already talked about that. Prison for conviction on racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Oh shit, racketeering, they bring your whole team down. A conviction on just one of the 2 of the charges at Chicago trial could add years to the sentence. The highlight of the prosecutor's case came 2 weeks ago with the testimony of a 37-year-old woman who used the pseudonym Jane. She describes Kelly sexually abusive her hundreds of times, starting in 1998 when she was 14 and Kelly was around 30. Dude, what is up with you fucking with little girls, man? You're R. Kelly. You literally could have had any grown consenting woman. The highlight of the prosecutor case came 2 weeks. Oh, we read that already. Okay, so yeah, R. Kelly, I mean, some new stuff came out. Some of it's old. He might, because of the money thing, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people already think this to cancel R. Kelly crew, think he's going to be able to wiggle his way out of this one. I will say this. He'll be damn lucky if he was able to get his way out of this one. This is a sticky situation right here. I'm not even going to lie. It's a very sticky situation because when you dealing with minors and you dealing with kids, that's usually a no-no for a lot of people. Now, some may argue with these cases coming as early as the early 90s, why are people just not saying something? And should Kelly be trying to reach for a statute of limitations? Now I don't know what the process with the whole statute of limitation thing is, but shit, I'm hitting all these buttons by accident. Hope y'all can hear me. At some point, somebody in the R. Kelly camps need to be smart and try to at least reach for, like, okay, isn't it statutes of limitations on some of this stuff? Now, obviously, the one thing it shouldn't be a statute of limitation on is murder. That's one thing. That's a day. It should never be a statute of limitation on murder. That's just common sense. Fatal or Victor, do you have any comment or interest to comment on the Jinder Mahal? I'm looking at Victor's name. The R. Kelly or Lizzo thing. Y'all know Aries Spears got slammed for making jokes about Lizzo, and it came under the context of body shaming. You would have thought, honestly, that Aries Spears would have been a little smarter than that, considering he's been in the industry for a while and he's still active now, and he knows a different culture. Hey, I will say this: I admire his not giving a fuck attitude, but also you got to be smart from a business perspective. You got to know how different these people are. He's a comedian. Why are people going after Aries Spears? Because he's body shaming Lizzo. That's what he said. Matter of fact, let me play the clip for people who probably didn't hear it. Fatal also said, "I hate society today. People are too sensitive." Yeah, they are. He's definitely a comedian. Now, people have the right to not like or think he's funny. That's one thing. You know what I mean? Oh, you're not that funny anyway. That's usually a dig people try to go after when somebody's butthurt by something. Oh, you weren't even that funny to begin with. That's something they usually try to do. But yeah, I agree. It's comedy, dude. Like, people need to learn to chill the fuck out, basically. So Aries Spears, but I honestly would have thought that he would have been a lot more politically intelligent than this. I thought he would have been smarter, but apparently not. He should have knew he was gonna get his ass burned. Now I don't know what the outstanding ramifications will be of this. I only read one article about this. I'll try to see if I can find another one while I'm playing the clip of what he's talking about. Let me play the clip right now because I got it loaded up.
Like as a songwriter, yo, I can't get.
And this was on the Art of the Dialogue. So shout out to the Art of the Dialogue for this clip.
You know somebody that actually made good music, man? Lizzo. Lizzo? Yeah, bro. Have you heard her shit, yo? Like as a songwriter, yo. I can't get past the fact that she looks like the shit emoji. Yo. Very beautiful girl. She got a very pretty face. But she keeps showing her body off, nigga. Like, come on, man. Come on, yo. I'm sorry. Listen, I ain't the most in shape nigga in the world. But I still, when you funny and you got swagger and confidence and you decent looking, I think I'm at least handsome, you get pussy. But a woman that's built like a plate of mashed potatoes is in trouble. Oh, shit. But musically, yo, she go hard, man. She a good song. Music hard, her body ain't. Oh, man. Uh-oh, here they come. The wall of Braveheart bitches. Like the battle in the field coming over the hills. Are you ready for a war? You can hear the horses thumping on the fucking ground. It's about to, here he come. Who that motherfucker think he is? Be body shaming, fat motherfucker. Hey, yo. It's another thing, yo. You know what kills me? Hold on. You know what kills me about women is the hypocrisy and the contradiction. Yes, queen, slay, queen. Yes, queen, slay. Yeah, girl, your confidence. Fuck diabetes. Fuck heart problems. Fuck heart disease, cholesterol. Y'all claim womanhood and about sisterhood and support for your sister, when it come to that ridiculous shit. But if you really gave a fuck, why wouldn't you go, black girl, we love you. We love your confidence, boo-boo. But this ain't it. This ain't it. That's the real love. Y'all will jump on me for making jokes, but y'all won't fucking be real and go, sister, put the eclair down. This ain't it. It's treadmill time. Speaking of that, right, because she does have issues with her weight, right? And it's actually a video online of her crying about being fat shamed. Did you see that video of her crying? We all do. I do.
But yeah, man, she said she be having an issue, man, with people fat shaming her about her weight and cracking jokes about how big she is.
Well, how you gonna have issues, but at the same time show your whole ass at an NBA game?
Okay. And Fatal just made a good point about this. He said, where were all the Lizzo defenders when she was twerking her naked ass on TV during the NBA game? That's a good question. I'm pretty sure they was defending her. Fatal, that's what they was. Now, Fatal, do you like plus size women? Or Victor, if Victor's still here, do you like plus size women? Because it is you know what? It's an acquired taste. Some people do, some people don't. I don't think people should be made fun of because they like big women, but also you have to be aware that most people aren't in favor of big women or big men for that matter. It's a fit time and a fit body, and it's always been a kind of a prejudice against being heavy. And some of it is superficial, of course, but some of it is also because health. Like, don't nobody want to be married to a big person that's always in the hospital or always having health problems or always eating up all the food. You know what I mean? That's what the issue is with a lot of this. I'm not going to say and no, but I prefer fit girls. Okay. I'm going to say no, but I prefer fit girls. Okay. Fair enough, because I'm guessing you're kind of fit because you was in the military. Yeah, I don't know where all these people were, but yeah, they want them dead. Now, it was an article also from Hip Hop Wired. Let's see if they took a different approach to the Lizzo situation. Let's see. Y'all these fucking ads. Aries Spears is currently catching the wrath of Twitter after fat shaming Lizzo and using a highly insensitive comparison to do so. As a result, fan of the popular singer is reminding Spears that he's definitely seen slimmer days himself. The clip of Aries Spears taking a shot at Lizzo was captured by the YouTube program The Art of Dialogue, which shared a viral video. Blah blah blah. We already read that. We would love to avoid giving breakdown of what Spears said, but for the sake of context, the comedian compared Lizzo to the shape of a poop emoji. Blah blah blah. We call that. What else? To be fair, Spears he did realize that he was the case of the pot calling the kettle black, is what this hip hop article, Hip Hop Wired, is talking about. But it shouldn't have been even shared widely as it has. Aries Spears is getting cooked left and right on Twitter. We got a clip and a question to reaction below. Let's see if there's anybody else. Okay, yes, it's different people that said this, and I wish this fucking ad will go away. There it is. Okay, so I will be squished if I slept with one. I'll just leave it with that because you're a smaller guy. Okay, that's what you said. Oh man, Victor's hilarious, man. But do you think people virtue signaling, Vic? That's what Fatal was saying. Pretty much, I agree with him. I think they're virtue signal. So let's put these other questions up here. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Let me make sure y'all can see it. Yep, there it is on the screen. And ignore the ads off to the right. The girl CC. I'm pretty sure most people's gonna be girls because the last set of tweets I read, it was like one guy in the group, and he was pretty level-headed with his response. The girl CC on Twitter says, "My problem with Lizzo shaming is why is everyone acting like they've never seen a fat person before? People be fat, bro. Move on." Well, they don't. Fat people usually don't have the confidence of Lizzo or thick or plus size, whatever you call it. Rain Media Publicist. Blog by Rain. I'm pretty sure this is going to be great to read just because you're a blogger. Everybody's a blogger with a keyboard. They have seen fat people, but they've never seen one be praised and happy, so that's the issue. They short circuiting because of the fact that Lizzo is praised and happy. Interesting. That was a response to the girl says. Volume 2, what this person says. Oh, this seems like a guy, or at least they got a guy profile picture. He must be a simp, probably. Fuck Aries Spears for that Lizzo video. It was uncalled for and nasty. But to then lie and say he wasn't a pivotal part of MTV is stupid. LMFAO. Especially to the people that watch the show every Saturday. Yeah, he was definitely. I mean, Mad TV was decent. You know what I mean? It wasn't my favorite thing, but it was pretty decent. I was more of a living color person. Chris Chef Made _92 says, I'm appalled by the lack of self-awareness. He's breathing heavy sitting down. Lizzo is in great shape as a performer. She twerks, sings, dances, and plays an instrument at the same time. Aries Spears' fat ass sounds like a cold air intake just from sitting down. Oh shit. Oh man. Thick Church Girl. Interesting name. But as we understandably complain, we both have to create alternative content and support it. Make good stuff go viral. Make the positivity provocative and more profitable than hate clicks. makes the things created to make society better. What the fuck is she talking about? This must was posted backwards. Because I guarantee you, Aries Spears doesn't care if you hate him if he's trending on Twitter. Good point. And Mad TV went off the air almost 2 decades ago. He finna use this engagement to sell some stand-up tickets ASAP. You know what? He would be smart to do that. Even though she was trying to be kind of sarcastic and snarky when she said it. He's laughing. Yeah, that virtue signaling. My ex was a fat ass motherfucker, and he was lucky a girl like me accepted his flaws. Bitch ass and fucked up and lost me. Stupid ass MFR. She talking about what you want, Jacquees. I had to think about what she's talking about. She talking about what you want, Jacquees. He probably wish he could be with Lizzo. I put my hands down, squash Jacquees. That's what she'll say. Slap his bitch ass. Aries Spears sitting here looking like a real life muck, whatever the fuck that is, talking crazy about Lizzo. I don't know what the hell that is. Let's see what else we got. That person name was AK the Visionary Yak or Yak, however the fuck you say it. Excuse. Next person. Yavaz Pen tweet, or I'm guessing the tweet was Pen. I'm guessing that Adam, and y'all got too many letters. Y'all see what the fuck you say. What really said to me is how the interviewer specifically brought up Lizzo to praise her music and songwriting. But Aries jumped over all of that and talked about how fat she was. He's a comedian. Why would he be talking about music? And I mean, he's probably, when you're on something, your job, and not only is to be a good guest on the show, but also it's a promotional tool. You're not getting on there to waste your time. Of course, you're going to contribute to the show, but it's a promotional tool too. Some of these people don't understand it. I don't know why. Peace plus happiness. Aries Spears, a fat black man out of breath while sitting and talking, discussing diabetes and being fat, aimed at Lizzo, who performs and sings while being fat, is insane. Yeah, she is quite nimble for her size, for what I've seen. She's in pretty good shape. Dewdrop is another person that's quite fit for her size. The wrestler Dewdrop. That video of Aries Spears talking about Lizzo weight while he is visibly sweating and breathing hard while sitting down is wild, and they laughed. Focus on yourself, bro. So yeah, once again, he got slam hard by these people. Slam. Da, da, da. Yeah, he got slammed hard as fuck. So yeah, obviously it's a lot of people that's pounding him. Probably a little bit of support too. Just a lot of people not on Twitter, because it's a lot of kind of crazy people on Twitter, and some people just don't want to be associated with that shit. So the people that's probably defending Aries Spears probably just isn't really on Twitter. They probably just like, fuck y'all. They probably read it and rolled their eyes. That's why I want to bring this up, because I want to see different people's perspective. Victor has a different opinion about a fatal. Lace chimed in. I don't know what Lace is. She generally supports, I think, plus size women for the most part. But I mean, I don't know how she feel about a motherfucker being real heavy that she'll date. Bitch Queese messed that up. But yeah, this is gonna be a continuous thing. Like, and a lesson to be learned from this, if you're any type of comedian or anything, you probably want to tread softly with topics of body shaming and fat jokes. I understand it's comedy, but you got to get, or you can not give a fuck. If you got a lot of money, not give a fuck. Dave Chappelle can afford to not give a fuck. DL Hughley can afford to not give a fuck. Kevin Hart can afford to not give a fuck. If you're willing to not care, go for it. That's all I can really say. Go for it. But understand, me personally, I don't care. I say what I feel. I accept the consequences. I know what to expect from some of these crazy people. So it's really nothing for me. You know what I mean? But it's also a flip side, like the Donald Trump type camp. He say what he want, like grab women by the vaginas. I ain't gonna say the actual word. You know what he said, grab it by the pee. And we're in a very interesting time period in our country, and that's something I really like to discuss on this podcast. Even though these shows are usually short, especially if my guest hosts aren't here, this one's be over in the next couple minutes because it wasn't intended to be long. But we live in an interesting time where people look at a lot of different things differently. A lot of people are sensitive. Some people are insensitive. I'm kind of in the middle. I'm a more, it depends on the situation type person. I think that's how most people should think. You should take everything, in discretionary and case by case basis. Fatal says it's getting to the point where comics can't make fun of anything anymore. Yes, that's true. And I think a big group that they're really having fun, hard time making fun of is gays. Anybody that's under the gay umbrella or gay LGBT plus banner, you can't say nothing about them. Dude, everybody had problems, and DL Hughley said it the best. And I emphasize with these people problems. However, they're not above a joke because you had a tough life or you had a bad experience. A lot of people have bad experience. Black people, other Mexicans, other groups of people. Everybody's had their share, but that doesn't make you above a joke. Now you can say, "Oh, that hurt my feelings. I don't like it," but to try to get somebody canceled or try to take away how they support themselves, families, or feed themselves, or take away from their money or their career, come on, that's childish and petty. Let's be serious. I don't usually body shame women because I don't like my own body. I don't know why your body doesn't look bad. Um, yeah, but dieting and health is important, and I think that it's about how people say things. I think at time people have a tendency to be kind of insensitive, where it's about how you say something, not what you say. So if you just call them, "Hey, you a fat piece of," you know what? Of course they're gonna react, negatively in an aggressive way towards you talking to them like that. But if you say, "I'm really concerned about your health. I can help you. Can you try this or that?" Now, at that point, if that person don't want to take that advice, obviously they're being a stubborn asshole. I'm talking about people that are willing to take the positive feedback and the positive viewpoint and move forward. Now, happiness come in all forms. Some people happy the way their body are. Some people happy not going to the gym. Going to the gym sucks if you're not motivated. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody don't want to go to the gym. I will say this: if you have a job where you walk a lot and your job is not to be strong, you honestly don't need to go to the gym. If you're not eating a bunch of greasy foods and a bunch of fatty foods and a bunch of unhealthy foods and a bunch of salt, if you're walking and circulating blood through your body, you're probably going to be good. Like, it's 7-year-old men. Something I like to do that some people might consider unhealthy is I smoke cigars. Even though you don't pull it down to your lungs, if you don't take care of your oral health, of course, it's unhealthy to smoke cigars. You can get all type of mouth disease, cancers, all type of shit. But you obviously take care of yourself. But obviously, it's not worse than smoking cigarettes because cigarettes got a shitload of chemicals. Like, I think I heard like up to like 4,000. And not only that, you pulling it down to your lungs. Cigar, you do not pull down to your lungs. So you're not really smoking a cigar per se. You're just holding it in your mouth, blowing it out. That's essentially what you're doing. You're getting the essence. It's almost like dipping with tobacco, but that kind of goes in your bloodstream because I see people that dip that it cuts your gum and it goes into your blood. So that's slightly different, but but it's still healthier than smoking because it's pure tobacco. Whereas cigarettes got all type of chemicals and accelerants and stuff that make you get addicted to it, obviously. But it's 70-year-old men that's healthy as fuck that's been smoking cigars for like 40 years of their life. So it's about the choices you make. If you walk every day, you'll likely be healthy. Because some people being big is just genetic. Like, you just got parents that were both big and you got their genes and you're big. But it's plus size people that are heavy. But if you're sweating, doing basic activities, you're probably going to have health problems. Like Keith Lee, he's damn athletic for his size, but he was sweating so bad one night it was scary. And I was like, if that dude don't slow down, he's probably gonna have a heart attack or had some might have diabetes or some type of health problems. He's going to have something if he doesn't at least go on a diet where he loses his belly. Like, okay, he's probably going to always be a bigger guy because that's probably just him, probably just his genes. He's going to be big arms, burly. He's going to be a burly guy, but you got to lose the stomach, at least lift some weights so you could be. He does look burly, like he lift weights, but he needs to get on some type of keto diet or some some heavy cardio, because that dude was like sweating and he was I think he was like just talking on a mic and it like he was about to fucking die. And I'm like, dude, you need to take better care of yourself. So that's another way to look at the body shaming of people, is sometimes people do it because they're concerned with your health. If you look extremely overweight or something like that, like, yeah, people are going to be concerned about your health. That's just something you got to accept, something that people got to be willing to come to terms with. That's just what it is. So, yeah, R. Kelly, as far as R. Kelly's concerned, because we've been jumping between the two topics. As far as R. Kelly, the R. Kelly situation, like I said, I would not be surprised if he finds a way to wiggle out of this. But at the same time, like, I think it's enough evidence, no matter if he try to not testify or what, even though that's kind of a smart from his defense team to not have him, because if you got a good prosecutor that can cross-examine him, he's going to be fucked. If they get him trapped up or tell him don't go on Vlad TV. Don't go on Vlad TV no time. I mean, I don't think you would be able to anyway. You have to call in from jail or wherever he's been held at, house arrest or whatever he's on. Because going on certain talk shows and stuff, people use those clips, and next thing you know, the feds got their hands on it. You're in prison. So R. Kelly is no positive way to spin this. Everything that R. Kelly is getting, he basically deserved. Even though yes, a lot of the parents were in collusion and involved. They took hush money, and some people will look at it as okay, well, you should have said something a long time ago. You said something when you ain't had that money. There's a lot of ways you can look at this, and I agree with a lot of different parts of what I just said. But I don't see no healthy way out of this. The buck stopped with me when he was messing with little girls. I don't care what the situation was, explanation. I don't. When you mess with kids, I don't fuck with you. Now, this is not to say I'm gonna stop listening to R. Kelly music or anything. That's fucking unrealistic. Like I could be at somebody calling R. Kelly's music. Come on, I'm not gonna turn that on. No, and I'm proud. I enjoy his music. I know how to separate the art from the artist. I'm not going. And I also understand that some things are just part of the time period. Like I'm not in favor of all these games being changed and take that out. That offended me. Like what they're doing with Saints Row, which is why it bombed. It got critically ripped apart. Now the people that got paid off, fucking IGN and people like that, these lobbyists that are basically paid to give positive feedback on video games. Of course, they suck the dick of the game, but we're talking about people that were being honest, and this game got bumped because people are tired of being bombarded with agendas. People are sick and tired of this 3% of the world getting to dictate what everybody else wants. This 3% of liberals or people that just want to complain, or I think it's Elvis and a few other people said critics' job is to criticize, so just ignore it. That's their job. So I just don't like all the virtue signaling and people pretending like they're upset. That's the part I don't like. But yeah, R. Kelly, everything that's happened to R. Kelly, he deserves 100%. He put it on himself. And it's unfortunate because he's an extremely talented guy. And stop trying to tell people or shame people, oh, you listen to R. Kelly, or you watch Fat Albert and you know Bill Cosby was a rapist, and you watch these people or that people and they was associated with Donald Trump. Like, come on. Let's be adults. Grown adults have the right to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Now, it's a matter of you not participating. If you don't like it, don't participate. It's just that simple. But trying to, like I said, shame people for giving their opinions about stuff, or trying to shame people for, oh, you supported this person and you know they're first of all, nobody knew that a person was a predator or they're crazy or they're a killer, why they were doing their art. I enjoy them for their art, not this other stuff that you're talking about. So that's what we need to get as a nation. That's what we need to get. People just need to be a lot more intelligent, honestly. It's just a lot of stupidity with a lot of people. I know one thing. I quit listening to Pantera when I found out Phil was a white supremacist. Oh, fair enough. Like, white supremacy is a sensitive topic, especially towards black people. That's fair. And there's certain stuff I'm not gonna like. I don't watch Seth Rollins matches because I don't like him. I don't watch anything that Cody Rhodes does because I don't like him. If you don't like somebody, don't support him. I'm sure there's other examples I can't think of off the top of my head. That it's just certain stuff I don't participate in beyond wrestling. I just can't think of them right now. That if I find out you did something crazy, I'm not going to participate with what you're doing. Now, I'm not going to be going out there, yeah, R. Kelly, irritating people and playing his music to try to start stuff. But I'm not going to say I'm going to stop dancing if his music come on, because I like the way his music sounds. I've never really fully supported Cosby anyway. Since I left elementary school, I will always do book reports on him when I was in like my early grades, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade, because I liked what he did. But when he became the angry old guy that was chastising black people, that's when I started to dislike. And this was way before what we find out with him drugging the women and Hannibal Buress going public. This was before all of that. I stopped liking Cosby in like 2006 when he made that pound cake, speech or whatever. People talking about why black people get shot when we should have been asking why they were stealing. Like Cosby, people steal because they don't have. You have to be extremely desperate to steal. Now, of course, some people steal for sport, but the majority of people steal because they have to, because they probably trying to survive. So when Cosby, and I find it ironic, Bill Cosby is sitting in prison right next to the people where he was. He's not anymore. He sat in prison next to the people that he was telling them to pull their pants up. I find that quite interesting. So people need to, and the people that are usually preaching the most have the most skeletons in the closet. I'm pretty sure you heard that saying before. So this is what we're dealing with. But that's what we do here on the Jerk Wheel. It's not all just funny comedy skits and all that type of stuff. It's also talking about real issues. That's a part of it. And also the Walk Review is kind of like a baby of the Jerk Wheel. It's not, it's mostly focused on movies, and we break it down movies and why we specifically thought they were cucky or woke or whatever. That's what the woke review is mostly about. But I could see how it blends with the Jerk Reel too. But the Jerk Reel is more of a show that deals with a lot of, satirizing real problems and stuff like that. But what was I gonna say? David Lucas got a lot of fluke for the Harriet flack, not fluke. He got a lot of flack for the Harriet Tubman joke when he said, "Who want to buy something with a tub with that judgmental ass money?" And then he called her ugly, and he was like, "Well, you ain't never seen her smiling on any of her pictures." He broke it down well. I played it on one of my shows before. And David Lucas was one of the comics because it's a brotherhood in art a lot of the time, specifically in comedy is a big one where it's a large brotherhood. Actors and stuff like that's a little different, but comedy has a large like brother sisterhood. It's a fraternity type thing where they usually come to each other's defense. Dave Chappelle does it. D.L. Hughley does it. Now David Lucas is doing it. So David Lucas was basically defending Aries Spears like, bro, it's a joke. Like people need to chill the fuck out, basically. And you can not like his jokes, but you know what I mean? Like people need to chill and learn how to take a joke. Fatal says, one thing I've always wondered is why is it nobody complain about agendas when COD MW came out back in 2008? The game is filled with right-wing propaganda. That is a modern word for Call of Duty money. That's a good point. I don't know because I honestly think people pick and choose. People pick their spots when they want to be biased. That's the only conclusion, honestly, that I can come up with, Fatal. I can't really think of no other reason why people would do it. Now, let's play a little bit of David Lucas, and we're going to get the fuck out of here. Because, where's Lucas? David Lucas. Because Lucas is a funny guy, and he's one of those guys that don't really care what you think about him. And I respect that. I respect comics' right to tell their art the way they want to tell it. Let's see. David Lucas. Here he is right here.
I'm sorry. Then we'll get into the article.
I can't get past the fact that it
looks like the shitty emoji. I mean, that is a very accurate description of Lizzo. Like what? Why can we bash fat men, but we can't bash fat women? Everybody wants equality. Part of equality is equal jokes. I'm sorry. Lizzo, you don't have friends that tell you to lose weight. I'm a big guy. All my friends continue to tell me to lose weight, and that's why I go to the gym now, and I'm trying to do better in my diet. Nobody tells Lizzo that she's big. And now she's vegan, and I went to her TikTok. Like, her veganism is insane. She'll wake up to, like, a chocolate shake and eat Chick-fil-A fries all in the name of being a vegan. It's retarded. Like, she ain't eating chickpeas. She's not eating tofu unless it's deep fried and covered in gravy. She's not. She's playing y'all. She is playing y'all. She is really playing y'all. It's going to hurt a lot of people because Lizzo gets away with it because she makes decent music and she's a celebrity. But for the other big girls that live in society that have this attitude and think that in-shape men should bang them just because, like, no, because being fat is not a disease. It's not like cancer. It's not like, oh my God, he's been diagnosed with obesity. No, you choose to be big by your food choices and lack of activity. Why am I big? Because I made horrible food choices. I didn't go to the gym for numerous amounts of years, and I would drink late night and then eat stupid food at 2 a.m., falling into the trap of being a comedian. Now it's about being more conscious, not drinking all night, and not going to Burger King or Jack in the Box or Whataburger or wherever else at 1 a.m. in the morning and then laying down on a 1,500 calorie meal. It's about being more conscious. What's wrong? What's wrong with accountability? There is no shame in America. It is so crazy. Nobody's ashamed. I'm a big guy and I'm not going swimming with my shirt off because everybody might not want to see that.
And that was David Lucas making great points and talking about the stuff he's talking about. Fatal makes a great point here. I wonder if she knows they fry chicken nuggets in the same grease they use for fries. If she's smart, Fatal, she would know that. If she's smart, assuming that she's smart, she would know that. Yeah. And David Lucas made a great point. Accountability, like, it's no shame in the United States. Like, everybody gets a pass for everything. Now, I do agree with that. It shouldn't be no bullying and all the bullying and hazing from college, being gone from college in the military. I agree with. Now, people do need to be tough in the military, but I believe in productivity. I don't see the point of bringing down somebody's, discouraging them. I don't see the point. Now, stay on their ass, of course, make sure they finish stuff. Don't let them bitch out of exercises and stuff like that. But bullying people, like, unless you want a full metal jacket situation where they shooting people up, I wouldn't quite advise doing that. And I know some people prefer that type of style of training people. They think it toughen them. It's just, to me, I think I like high morale because it makes people more productive most of the time. So I do like that it steps in this country that's going towards more mental stability and health and consciousness from people. However, it's a lot of bitchifying of America also happening. All this genderizing stuff and all this allowing people to be fat and allow people to be lazy, allowing people to play technology all day and not get no type of sunlight. At the very least, you should get at least 15 to 20 minutes of sunlight every day. It wouldn't help to get an hour, just going for a walk. Luckily, especially if you got, like me, I have the courtesy of, I live in a very interesting part of Chicago where it's kind of urban, but there's also a lot of trees. So I can leave like, oh yeah, I like the houses and all that. Then I can go to the trees, the forest part where it's quiet, where I can think, where I can hear myself think. So I really appreciate that, and I go for a walk all the time. Sometimes just around my neighborhood because there's a lot of trees and shit in my neighborhood. But I'll go for a walk, and I'm a cigar person. I like to have my cigar, mellow out. Sometimes I think it's some of my best ideas on the show. I thought of this show 15 minutes why because I wasn't 100% sure I was doing a jerk reel because I did a show yesterday, so I wasn't sure if I was going to do one. But I did this. Two reasons. Jason couldn't get on yesterday, and we were trying to do it again today. And also, I thought of this idea because I was just going to probably watch some old school horror clips and just laugh at them. That was probably what. But I'm like, okay, this R. Kelly and Lizzo thing takes precedent because I was listening to some and I was like, wait a minute, Aries Spears got canceled for making a joke. Isn't he a comedian? You know what I mean? I was like, I have to talk about this. So yeah, hopefully to get some decent traction. And I don't like going on this late, but sometimes my schedule only allow me to get on this late. If it was left up to me, I'll go in and like when I start work, I'm probably gonna start doing a podcast. With the exception of wrestling, that would always be a late show. The Monday shows, I might start doing Thursdays, and when I do woke reviews, that'll be like probably doing the commute hours between 4 and 6, somewhere around there, because way more people are available. Even though there's people still up now, but the bulk of people are more available around that time. But sometimes I can't get on but late like today. But yeah, I'm just gonna close by saying this: you have the right to live your life however you want. I would say live it in the most optimistic and the most limitless ways possible. Always be positive, but also live your life for you. You know what I mean? Like, never take no for an answer. Always try to find information because it always be people that give you bad information because they don't want you to perceive them. I'm a feast thinker. I don't mind giving people information because I know what I'm capable of and I don't have to be insecure and, hoard information from people. That's not my general line of thinking. Some people are. That's how they choose to live. I choose not to live that way. So stop listening to all this bullshit because I think a lot of people are falling in the trap of inertia, which they're not getting anything done because they're listening to all the wrong people. They're listening to what other people are saying. Fauci was talking some bullshit about don't nobody really know what's going on with the COVID-19. Listen to your body. You know your body more than anybody. Stop listening to all this. You got to use this pronoun, that pronoun. That's your choice. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. I would say probably don't have a conversation with those people so you don't trigger them, but I'm not going to do that. So I choose not to have a conversation. I'm not going to be confused with all this gender nonsense when those people don't know what they want to be themselves. I'm going to have my own opinion about stuff. Other people have the right to have their own opinion about stuff. And I think we need to just have more discourse so we can move forward. I'm a thinker. I like to think. I'm a very mental person. Like I said, I play a bunch of card games that's heavy mental. I read a lot. I research a lot. I'm out in nature. So my mind is pretty clear. I'm tend to be a very focused person and very clear-minded. So I know bullshit when I see it. I know when something has an angle to it, when there's agenda, and they're basically trying to turn all us into mindless robots. That's what their goal is. I love technology as much as the next person, but you have to be careful how you use it. Because our government goal, or people that's trying to dominate us, not all the government, their goal is to make us into docile robots. They don't want us to question nothing. They don't want us to be inquisitive. They don't want us to read. They just want us to be consumers of bad food, bad messages, bad technology. They want us to be mindless robots. That's exactly what they want us to be. Mindless, dead brain robots. And if you fall in that trap, that's on you. If you find a way to rise above it, that's even better. But live your life for you. That's the last thing I can say. And all right, Kelly's a fool for this one, and all those people that shamed Aries Spears for taking the joke, you're a fool as well. Stop jumping to the rescue. And I don't have no problem with Lizzo. This is not an attack at Lizzo. Stop jumping to the rescue of people, these celebrities that you don't even know that's going to acknowledge you. And I'm going to even end it at that. Y'all have a great day. Happy September. Go sub to somebody on Twitch. Make their day, get a discount. It's dirt cheap. It could be me, it could be somebody else. But go follow one of your favorite. It's people that don't just do games. Twitch is go almost turn into like a YouTube, which I'm getting a little afraid of. But I like the variety idea, but I don't like some of the control that might come with it. So it's people that talk podcasts, that talk about a variety of issues, that just get on there and just chat, have interesting quirks that people like. Go check it out. Go to Twitch, and at least go check out my channel and say thank you for, if you found somebody, you can find me at It's TJ Time 91, or you can just go to my YouTube, TJ the Prodigy. My name is on everything. Everything I create, image, my name is always on it, so you'll see it. So that's TJDA, the word Prodigy, on YouTube, and my Twitter and my Twitch is linked to my YouTube. So y'all have a great night, and I'll talk to y'all soon. And man, it's gonna be interesting to see where this R. Kelly stuff go. It's all good, gender. You can go watch the VOD. It's interesting to see where this R. Kelly stuff gonna go, and how many more people gonna get canceled for making jokes. How many more comedians? We don't know, but when they come up, we will talk about it. I did a review on Woke, or Nope. I'll call it Woke. It actually wasn't that Woke for a Jordan Peele movie, like fucking Candyman. But I did that. Go check that out. We've been talking sports and stuff. We're gonna talk a lot of more good shit that's coming out. I can't believe the PS5 is easy to buy now. Yeah, Lacey just got one. I might have to grab me a PS5 in the next couple weeks if it's that goddamn easy to get, because they got games I want to play: Spider-Man, Ghost of Tsushima, what the fuck else? God of War, shit like that. So yeah, I'll talk to y'all soon. Y'all also can catch me when I'm gaming on Twitch, which I was just playing Red Dead Redemption. I also played Saints Row the Third earlier. So yeah, good talk as always, man. And I'm gonna keep building. I appreciate everybody, Gender, Fatal, Lacey, her whole clique, everybody that supports me, dislike me, whatever. All I can do is just say kiss the ring, because a lot of times I'm right and you not. But yeah, y'all have a good night. And I'm gonna keep being open-minded. Y'all keep being open-minded, keep learning, and keep being entertained. I'll talk to y'all soon, and we're gonna close out later.